Ajay Kumar is Member of Parliament in the Rajya Sabha and Dr. Chandan Mitra is Member of Parliament from the BJP. Dr. Chandan Mitra, you know, I don't want to run down this whole attempt of trying to corner the government, but you don't have the numbers. A, you don't have the numbers. You will fall short of the numbers. So before going into the merits of the case, why are you even trying to corner the government on the FDI issue when you don't have the numbers to do so?
Arnab, there are two major flaws in the manner in which you put the question. See, first of all, you have presumed that the numbers are not there.
Yeah.
Many parties are yet to clarify their exact position, and even Ms. Mayawati has said that the final decision will be taken on the 22nd only.
Right.
And the Samajwadi Party has repeatedly said that it is totally opposed to FDI. Now, let us see in what form the resolution comes. If the voting resolution is accepted by the chair, and if it comes to a vote,
Chandan Mitra, you are too politically mature. You are too politically mature and experienced, both as a politician and as a journalist, to be banking surely on Mulayam Singh Yadav. He held a parallel rally on FDI and fuel hike, and in a great show of bonhomie, Mr. Yechuri and Mulayam Singh Yadav held hands during, you know, this whole bandh against FDI. A day later, Mulayam Singh Yadav, true to his political history, pledged support to the UPA. I don't think Chandan Mitra is so naive as to expect any change in Mulayam Singh Yadav's usual history of flip-flops on this issue.
Arnab, politics is a dynamic situation. You should never judge a future move on the basis of past experience alone. Therefore, we shall wait for all the parties involved, including the DMK, to clarify their positions on the eve of the vote, if there is a voting motion. Now, let us see if there is a voting motion. Otherwise, the whole discussion becomes absolutely hypothetical. And
no, it's not hypothetical. The left is moving a motion. The whole question is whether you have the numbers or not, or whether the government is going to end up looking more secure. Ajay Kumar, do you think the BJP has a chance? Ajay Kumar, do you think BJP has a chance?
Look, Arnab, one thing is important. Fundamentally, issues that it needs to put for a vote under 164 and 184, which communists, the left have asked. The issue is, I think, my request to Chandan and I think the BJP is, let the parliament function. So this FDI is one of the issues, but there's so many other issues in the country. So those have to, so the issue is that we are only focusing on FDI. It's a critical issue, it's a big issue, but to stall the parliament and let all other bills, you know, fall flat, not only will it bring discredit to the political class, but more important is...
No. Yes, Chandan Mitra?
I'm sorry, how does the question arise? How does the question arise? Parliament has not begun, there has been no stalling, so why again are you presuming that we don't want to run Parliament?
No,
just wait. If a voting resolution is accepted, there will be no problem. What is the issue then?
Correct. No, so the issue, Chandan, if that is the case, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, if they accept the resolution for voting, and Arnab, the issue is, look, if the government, even if they lose the vote on FDI, let's imagine if they do vote, it's like what happened with in the British Parliament with as far as the European Union is concerned. It's an embarrassment, but it just gives the flavor. But the important part, I think, is to let the parliament function.
No, but why should the opposition give the government a walkover? No, let's look at the other argument. The government has gone into a minority now, right? Ajay Kumar, the government is in a minority. Yeah. With the Trinamool, going off. Why would the BJP and the left give the government a walkover? Why would they give them a walkover?
No. It's not a walkover.
It's the first session the government faces as a minority government. Why would you expect Chandan Mitra's party to give this government a walkover?
Nobody is asking for a walkover. We are saying get it voted, but let the parliament function. So there is under 160, let it, and there's a resolution, and then the government should have the.
No, the problem is the government will never agree to a voting motion. The government, despite having the numbers, never seems to want to agree to a voting motion.
No, then there is a problem, because then at the end of the day, the government
I would like to remind Ajay.
Responsibility.
I would like to remind Ajay that during the UPA 2, only one adjournment motion has been accepted by the government. I mean, they agreed to an adjournment motion only once. Whereas there were about 10 such adjournment motions in the previous Lok Sabha. So the Congress runs scared whenever there is a voting resolution. They've stalled Parliament. The government has stalled Parliament again and again on a possible voting resolution. And therefore, since the government is absolutely unsure of its numbers, and I suppose it is also kind of hard up for cash, because last time there was a vote which was on the civil nuclear agreement. They managed the numbers through, we all know what kind of questionable means. So I think they would try to avoid a vote under all circumstances. So don't put the onus of running Parliament on us. You please advise the government that they should agree to a vote, and then
one side.
Let's see what was the outcome.
Look, Chandan, first clarification is, as a party, Jharkhand Vikas Morcha, we have withdrawn support to the UPA so it's not a question of advising. My question is, the opposition and the government both have the responsibility to ensure that the Parliament functions, and we need to vote on this issue now. And Arnab, the maturity is necessary that, look, you may lose this resolution, the government might lose, doesn't mean that the government has lost its trust.
No, my question is, Ajay Kumar, who's doing the blocking? No, let's look at it. Who's doing the blocking? Why are you saying the BJP is blocking? The BJP has three options, three kinds of censure motions. It can have a confidence vote, which the government has to win to stay in power, right? Then they have an adjournment motion, which is a severe censure motion. Government will not fall, but the government, if it loses, will be severely embarrassed. And third is 184.
Right.
Again, it's not bound to resign, but it will be severely embarrassed. Now, why is the opposition being blamed for simply demanding a voting motion? I want to get that clear, because for a long time, the opposition has been blamed for not letting Parliament function. Why is the government so adamant never to allow voting motions? If you don't have the numbers, let that fact be exposed. You can't circumvent.
And I agree with you. So
you can't circumvent a process that the opposition is entitled to use.
And I'm with you on that issue. Look, Arnab, with what Chandan is saying, that the government has to... See, we need to mature. That you might have an embarrassment as a government, but it doesn't mean the end of the government, because there are two different issues. And if the majority of the people in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha feel that the FDI is not in the interest of the country, and the whole debate, which the government looks at as if the FDI is the most important challenge. I think the important challenge is so many other things. Like, like the generation of reforms and governance. I mean, so FDI and retail, I think, is like a bit of a red herring, and everybody gets diverted.
No, I am on the numbers. I'm not even getting into the merits of the case. I'm on the numbers. I'm saying if the BJP says that by going by the current party positions, they want to corner Mayawati, they want to corner Mulayam, they want to tell Mayawati and Mulayam don't have a public stance on FDI and then have a private deal over a lunch at 7 Racecourse Road. The numbers are not with the UPA, will embarrass the UPA, will expose you. Then where is the moral wrong? Where are they wrong in doing that? Tell me, Ajay Kumar. Because you started by saying don't stop Parliament.
No, look, I'm saying what happened in the last monsoon session. And with Chandan's, look, if you have to take a fair perspective, I think the issue is that whenever there is a contentious issue, the Parliament should let it debate and vote it if the large number of people want to move their resolution.
No, who's not wanting the debate? Who's not wanting the debate? Is it the Congress or the BJP? It can be equally argued it's the government which does not want a voting motion. The government does not want a voting motion.
That's what I'm saying. No, and the issue is that we will know it. We will know it. So the question is, for all those in the government who's listening to it, is that the discredibility of not letting the Parliament function is that it's very simple. If the UPA government allows the voting under the resolution which the Communist Party, the left bloc has moved right now in 164 and 184 or so, then it just brings out, if they don't allow it, then I think the UPA is very much guilty of not letting the Parliament function.
No, the problem with the BJP is that it compromises. The problem with the BJP is that eventually it strikes a compromise. But I'm not getting into that. The problem with the BJP is that you have a history of...
No, that is not true. That is not true.
It is true,
That is not true, Arnab.
Sir, it is true. I can cite an example.
No,
I can cite an example. When you compromised.
Yes, go ahead.
Would you deny, sir, that in August 2011, there was a standoff on the motion on price rise? You remember that? BJP and government struck a compromise under which the government relented to a discussion on price rise and inflation under 184, which entails a division, and the BJP agreed to reword its notice from censuring the government to expressing concern over price rise and inflation. You compromised. You compromised.
Yes, let me explain. Yes,
Am I wrong?
have to explain this.